Yes, everyone, how's it going? My name's Stephen Howson, and this is post-match reaction of Manchester United beating Everton 3-1 at Goodison. And I've got to be honest with you, I am a little bit shocked. United went behind with things that we'd identified that they might go in behind, but United rallied and United went for it. United came back. I was a little bit shocked at the lack of press that we saw from Everton, but happily shocked and happily surprised because it meant that United were actually able to move the ball forward, get it into dangerous areas, and we attacked in numbers, and we overwhelmed them at times. We created plenty of chances, and we managed to sneak our noses in front, made it very tight, a little bit nervy towards the end, but ultimately we managed to get the job done with Cavani making it 4-3 points in about 4th minute of injury time. Absolutely brilliant way to win the match. Delighted with how it went down. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the game, how you saw it going. Was you shocked? Was you happy? Was you surprised? All that sort of stuff. Let us know in the comments, and we will get fired into how it all went down, your questions and all the rest of that sort of stuff. So, some interesting points coming out of the game. United have now won 7 away Premier League games in a row. Obviously, our home form needs to drastically improve. Everton, Newcastle, Brighton, Leicester, Palace, Villa and Brighton. Really well done from United in that sense. Needs to improve on a phenomenal scale at home. Bruno Fernandes has been directly involved in 22 goals in 21 Premier League appearances. Even if you exclude penalties, he's got 17 goals in 21 Premier League appearances. That's right. Bruno Fernandes has got more goals and more non-penalty goals and registered more assists than any other Premier League midfielder since making his debut in the competition. That's some good going from him. And Edinson Cavani scored his first Premier League goal with a 3rd shot and his first big opportunity. Maguire's performance, I thought he was good today. 100% tackles. Oh, no, maybe not good. I thought he was above average. Pretty solid today. 100% tackles, 86% pass accuracy, 7 clearances and 4 ball recoveries. But for me, the man of the match today was Fred. 91% pass accuracy, 77 total touches, 28 forward passes, 6 ball recoveries, 2 big chances created, 2 tackles won, 1 through ball, 1 interception and 1 foul won. I thought it was a great performance from old Freddie boy. I thought he was wicked. He was everywhere. He put in the sort of performance that, to be honest, United have really been lacking. United have just been lacking it in a big way because we don't really seem to have people with that sort of attitude and mentality. And for me, that attitude and that mentality can go such a long way when it comes to performances. And that's what we really saw, I believe, from Fred today. I thought he epitomised the let's get the job done sort of mentality that this team put in. Obviously, the things that we identified, we saw a few of those. They were lucky not to create the chance. James Rodriguez coming off that side and allowing Decore to slip in, but Fred was there to sweep it up. And for me, that was where United really made this thing happen. Fred getting into areas, covering other people's errors, filling in where he needed to, and then showing the bite that United have really lacked previously all over midfield. I thought it was fantastic. Like I said, let me know in the comments what you thought. A couple of people mentioning, is that an indication of how we play better against better teams? It is and it isn't. I thought Everton weren't at themselves today. Here's what I think might have happened. Everton generally press high and then drop into a 4-5-1. Today they dropped into the 4-5-1 all right, even though it wasn't the tightest, but it was at the other end where they didn't do what I expected them to do. They generally press a lot better than that. And I wonder if it was maybe Bernard coming in, maybe he didn't have quite the sort of mentality to press that perhaps Iwobi might have done, because we saw him look like quite a handful once he came on. Maybe without Richarlison, there you go. I called the title, Let's Build on This, because I think that's what Manchester United really have to do now. United have to take this and become consistent with it. That's something that we found at times that we can do, but overall we haven't really done. We've got to become consistent. We've got to be able to put runs together of wins. Some in the comments saying, build what, sack Ollie. I don't know what to say to you there. Could Pogba lace Fred's boots? Pogba could learn a lot from the attitude of Fred. I'll tell you that for free. We was talking on the watch along, and they were saying there was a couple of things that I thought you can do with Paul Pogba at the moment, and one of those would be to give him a contract. But to give him a contract, you're going to have to make him one of the most highly paid players in the league, if not the world. And the other thing would be to get rid of him. And I'm probably in the get rid of him camp. I think I'm going to do an IMO over international break talking about whether Pogba has been a flop or not. You can get your comments in the mixer there, and I'll take them on board for when I do the video, because I don't know the answer, and we'll probably explore the answer together a little bit there. I just saw a comment. Stephen, do you think today shows Fred and McTominay have to start in Premier League together as a platform for the midfield? Not necessarily. I think they did okay today, but they didn't really try and come through the midfield. If you watch how those chances and how Everton tried to build up, it was very direct. And when we had Maguire on the ball, or when we had Maguire on Calvert-Lewin duties, he managed to keep him pretty quiet. As we saw when it was isolated against Lindelof, that became a bit of an issue for us that, to be honest, I thought we struggled with. Charlie says, Alan was trying to rough us up, got a taste of his own medicine. We were rough and dirty today. More of that, please. I would agree with that. Sometimes United can be a bit too beige and a bit too nice, and it was good to see him do that. Where should Van der Beek play when Fernandes is playing? Big call. Don't know the answer. If I could go back 5 years and spend 90 million on Pogba, you wouldn't buy Pogba, says Pinch Weasel. Probably say I agree. A lot of people in the comments saying they thought Shaw played well today. Did a commentator say this during the game? Because we watch it with no sound on, and to be honest with you, apart from the cross, what did he do? There wasn't really a lot of tackling that he did. He was out of position several times. I think they probably tried to target him a little bit. You tell me, what did he do that you thought was good? The cross was good, granted. Outside of that, I don't really know what. Do I think Axel will play left back more often? No, I don't think so. I think he was the guy that they turned to today, and that's probably it. Adnan says, I don't think Pogba fits the way Ollie wants to play. Maybe we should look at trying to get two midfielders in the mould of Fred and McSauce, but who are better, like Saul. If you brought Saul in and had him do what McTominay did today, Manchester United would be fantastic. Saul is unbelievable in that kind of defence-minded 8. Because when he gets on the ball, he's also got a forward pass in him, which McTominay just doesn't have. 2 steps forward, 20 steps backwards. I understand Ollie is like okay type, but you see him not even using Van der Beek and always use Pogbad. Are you 5? Plus the fact that it's annoying. Annoying is Maguire, maybe him, not my cat, Bruno. Why has Maguire already made him? It was class today to prove you can do it consistently, but I think he's got the potential to do that undoubtedly. We're lucky that Everton's midfield was worse than our defence. I actually thought, I thought Gomez would play. I don't know what the situation was with there, but yeah. Going to go on a long winning streak now. I'm not very confident in that one, to be honest. Jack says, if we sign Sancho, Saul and Upamecano, we win the league. It's an upgrade, isn't it? Look at how many players Ancelotti had that he signed in the starting 11 today versus how many he had. Is Shaw your new Ashley Young? Give him some credit. I will give him credit. But let's not give people credit for doing pretty ordinary 6 out of 10 jobs. This is the problem. People see Delo and go, oh, he could play right wing for United. Why? Because no one has ever played right wing for United in the last 5 years. We've got such a low expectation. Have higher expectations of what you expect out of players. We've been deluded and kidded into believing that Luke Shaw's a good left back because you're not seeing enough good left backs. Go watch other teams play and realise what other left backs are offering. Go and see what Tellez is going to offer once he comes back into the team, and you'll go, oh, yeah, no, I'm not having Luke Shaw. Are you mad? I love Cavani's work rate. Good to see him score. Yeah, but you've also got to remember that work rate might be because he's getting 10 minutes. I gave Fred a man of the match for a 6 out of 5 performance. 6.5 performance. I mean, we're going to disagree on that because I thought Fred was fantastic today. 2 defeats in 7 and 2 really bad performances for those, says Notch. An average against Chelsea, otherwise it's been great. Our form last few weeks is nothing like as bad as a fan base make out. No, I don't know if I'd say great, but it's certainly nowhere near as bad as the fan base have been making out. Twitter said we'd lose because Pogba and Van de Beek didn't start. Yeah, ultimately, and then this is the issue, is one of the issues with the Diamond is I think it feels like Ollie's trying to force in the players into a position rather than picking the team that's going to get him the job done. That's my opinion on this anyway. Fred's work rate is A-class, says Mario. Do I think we play better with Pogba on the pitch? Not necessarily. I don't think it's as simple as that. I would have... I certainly would have Pogba in my team if he was in the right role. I don't know what that right role is, though. Someone in the comments saying, I have such a sure agenda, can't believe how biased I am. Biased in favour of who? Tellez. I want the team to be better. That's it. If you guys think that Shaw's good, fine. You're entitled to that opinion. I am going to absolutely disagree. Would I continue allowing Bruno to play risky passes that lose possession or make him change? No, totally. One of the players in the team has to be able to be the guy that forces things to happen and has and accepts a lower completion rate because of that. The issue is, if you have several players doing that, then you've got problems. You can allow one player to do that. It's like when you had Cristiano Ronaldo, and I'm not putting these on the same level in any stretch, but Cristiano Ronaldo was allowed to take 11, 12 shots per game. We don't even get 11, 12 shots per game currently. One player getting 11 and whatever shots. Like, it's wild to think of that, but when someone's so good, you allow them to do these things and you allow them to take the sort of risks that's going to win you a game eventually, and ultimately that's what Bruno does for us. Have I noticed for the past 4 games, Bruno drops deeper when Pogba gets in? Have I noticed that? I haven't noticed that, but I'll have a look at that when I watch this game back. Did not see that. Well, let's have a look at Scott McTominay's passes today and see how he got on, because I would initially disagree with that. Let's have a look. Passes, Scott McTominay. There's quite a few forward ones. There's quite a few forward ones. There's quite a few missed forward ones that he's looked to put in the channel, but I've got no issue with that, because you do have to try and look to get behind the defence. There's a lot that's gone sideways and backwards there, though. 38 of 41 passes was short. 17 went forward. It's not bad. It's certainly not Kimpurlo, though, is it? Right, I'm going to wrap it up there. I'm thinking about doing a video later this evening on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and that press conference that I just saw. It doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence. So keep an eye out for that. 5 things will be out in the morning, so make sure you tune in for that one. And I'll be back again on Monday with Rio Ferdinand as we look at, across the weekend and see where it went right and where it went wrong for so many different managers. Obviously, Liverpool and City play tomorrow, probably the pick of the games this weekend that everyone wants to be tuning in for. We'll be analysing that come Monday morning. But cheers for tuning in. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Laters.